This episode of Music Festivals Podcast is powered by Eventeny, the all-in-one platform that takes the stress out of running festivals. Their brand new program management tools let promoters keep every detail in one place. Schedules, stage assignments, artist travel, and even contracts and riders. No more spreadsheets or scattered emails, just one connected flow that saves you time and helps you focus on the big picture. Learn more and schedule a demo of their festival software today at bit.ly Eventeny-MFP. That's bit.ly Eventeny-MFP. Hey, neighbors. Welcome to the Music Festivals Podcast. This is the show that helps you get to know music festivals, festival venues, and campgrounds before you go. I'm your host, Neighbor Nate, and I'm glad you're in the neighborhood. Welcome back, neighbors, to episode number 60 of the Music Festivals Podcast. This is the show that helps you get to know music festivals, festival venues, and campgrounds before you go. And as always, I am your host, Neighbor Nate. And today we are talking about Lazy Jam number 7. So Lazy Jam, again, is always held at Lazy Acre Farms in Hartsville, Indiana. And it's not like officially named that on Google Maps or anything. If you actually Google Lazy Acres, you come up with another campground that's actually somewhere close to the area. But this farm is really a beautiful piece of property. It's owned and tended by Jay DeSpain, who is Jay DeSpain's mom. She's a wonderful lady. I had the chance to sit down and talk with her a few times, and she's just very humble and very dedicated. And she works her butt off maintaining that property because it's not a small property. But I do have to comment, like, so you pull in and the grass in the field, especially where you're leading up to where the stage is and where there's a lot of like RV camping and regular camping, this grass looks like a fairway on a golf course. Like, it is the most tended land I've ever seen. And she has to work countless hours. So like, hat tip to you, Vicky, for really taking care of that land and making it a great place to have a festival. There's a lake on the property, and this lake, it's actually a pond. It's not huge, but there's a trail that wraps all the way around it that then leads back into the wooded camping area that then loops around that and heads around that towards the field where there's also camping. So it's just, there's a lot of variety at Lazy Acres, and it's such a cool place to have a camping festival. The crowd is about 300 attendees, give or take. So it's very small and very intimate. And a lot of these folks are connected to the Ekoostik Hookah family and also the Midwest jam scene. So, over time, you tend to get to a lot of festivals and see the same faces in the crowd, and that develops relationships. So when you go to Lazy Jam, even if it's your first time, by the end of the weekend, you feel like you're in a backyard campout with family and friends. That's how nice everybody is. It really is that dead lyric, like strangers stopping strangers just to shake their hand. Like, you go there. I know it was my friend Ed and Lacey's first Lazy Jam this year, and they brought their kids. And by the end of it, they were raving. They were just completely over the moon with how much fun they had and how much fun their kids had. So they really do a nice job of making a welcome community out of this festival. And that not only should give credit to the organizers, but also to the crowd that comes and kind of the norms that they set up for themselves. But there's activities all day long, kids activities in a kid tent all day long that they can come and go. Lots of merchants, a couple food vendors as well. Even for a small festival, there's still, your ability to buy, festival food. They even had a 50-50 raffle on Saturday night, which was kind of cool. And it's a very dog-friendly festival as well. I did bring my dog Angus for his first festival, and there were other dogs there. And the dogs can actually, it's interesting, the dogs can totally sense the vibe because all the dogs were really cool, right? Like everybody, they can just tell that everybody's being nice. One of my favorite things about Lazy Jam is that they really focus on having a community fire. And I think that brings a lot of people around instead of just hanging out at their own fires, with their own crowd. It really kind of pulls the community together. And that leads to some really great jam sessions. I got to be a part of one of those on Friday night with my cajon while there was some guys playing guitar and bass, and it was just a lot of fun. So, as festivals go, like at intimate festivals, there's always something to do, and there's always friendly people around. And that, I think, is one of Lazy Jam's core strengths, is that everybody wants to be friendly, and it's really, really great. The lineup for this festival this year was incredible. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take a look at some of the performances from these bands that I was able to get from the live stream. But before we get into that, quick shout out again to today's episode sponsor, Eventeny. If you are a festival promoter, you know how chaotic talent management can be. Eventeny's program management pulls it all together for you. It has multi-stage schedules, meet and greets, to international travel tracking, to how you can organize your VIP experience. It's really, really cool software. While you're organizing backstage, Eventeny is also showcasing your lineup and all those experiences to your fans, boosting ticket sales, and giving you smarter tools to basically create less stress for you. Check them out in the show notes, in the description, and you can go to eventeny.com as well. If you want to get a demo, you can go to bit.ly/Eventeny-MFP. But the first band up for Lazy Jam on Thursday night was Tape Deck, and these are a local Indiana band that plays a lot of cover songs, and I mean like a really eclectic kind of mix of cover songs. It was actually super entertaining, and especially for an early bird set. Everything from Janis Joplin to the Beatles to Tom Petty, Fleetwood Mac, Fish, Grateful Dead, and there was even a Tool song mixed in the set, which was awesome. But yeah, just a really, really fun band. I believe there are a lot of family members. So check out Tape Deck. And then next up on Friday, opening the show was Austin and the Syd Experience. So these are friends of mine from Columbus, Ohio. They also come out of the Ekoostik Hookah community. Austin was a hookah kid way back when, but they have developed their own sound that they're calling acid funk. And I really, really like this because it's a hybrid of like hard rock and psychedelic and soul and metal and funk and a lot of stuff in between. One of the things that I really appreciated about their sets, so when you're, especially with jam bands, you know, there's kind of a format for a jam, right? Where they go into one song and then they bridge it into another song and then they'll play that for a while and they'll go back to another song. Austin and Syd and John and Brandon did something really different. They mixed songs together and almost weaved this tapestry of like sections and verses, and it was just really interesting to follow. So check out Austin and the Syd Experience on Friday at Lazy Jam.
ashes and black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction. So throughout this construction. And the builder about his burning. As the war machine keeps turning and turning and turning. Death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed mind. Rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne.
For me, one of the most exciting bands of the weekend at Lazy Jam was getting to see Magnolia Boulevard. I got to see these folks perform last year, and again, they were a little bit of a late addition to the festival, but did so well, like played so well that they definitely OJ was smart to bring them back this year. They come out of Lexington, Kentucky, or at least some of them do, and as far as I can tell, they were formed in about the 2010s. But they mix inspiration from what I feel like is blues and Southern rock and Americana and a lot of Appalachian soul music, right? They have a full length debut album that's going to drop later this year. I'm really excited for that to come out. And if you want to learn more about that and you want to hear Maggie Noel and a little bit about her story, go over to Roots Music Rambler podcast and look up the episode with Maggie Noel and Magnolia Boulevard. My friend Jason does a full length interview with Maggie, and it's really entertaining, but it's also cool to hear like where they're coming from and what their story is. The band is Maggie Noel on vocals and guitar, Greg Irwin on guitar, Ryan Allen plays the keys, John Roberts on bass, and then drummer Chad Gravitt, also I guess known as the Beard. Maybe I should check that fact. I don't know. If it's not the Beard, then hit me up in the comments and tell me to correct it. But yeah, check out Magnolia Boulevard. This is one of their original songs that I hope is going to be on the new album, and it's just wonderful.
We got one more tune for you, and then we're going to take a real quick break, if you guys don't mind. Thanks for hanging with us. Don't go nowhere. Hey, my sister, she lives in the hills far away. sister, she walks her own way. We'll talk and drink coffee till we're old and gray. My sister, I'm missing you today. Watch out, boy, she's got too much to take. And her heart's too big and it surely won't break. She's too strong for you and that's how she's been made. My sister, blue eyes won't fade. Young woman, she painted her trails. And my sister, she walked through hell. She painted her colors and made her own way. My sister, to send you. Watch out, boy, she's got too much to take. And her heart's too big and it surely won't break. She's too strong for you and that's how she's been made. My sister, blue eyes don't fade. Blue eyes don't watch out, boy, she's got too much to take. And her heart's too big and it surely won't break. She's too strong for you and that's how she's been made. My sister, blue eyes, oh, fade. Blue eyes, oh, fade. Thank y'all so much. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Next up was the Almond Butter Band. These guys were formed around 2019, and clearly, as the name kind of reveals, they're an Almond Brothers Band tribute, and a damn good one at that. I've seen a lot of Almond Brothers Bands tributes recently, and these guys just nail it. I did see them for the first time at Lazy Jam #2 way back when, so this was the second time I've seen them play Lazy Jam, but just such a great band to follow. So check out a little bit of Almond Butter Band. And then finally, closing out the night was Ekoostik Hookah, the main show, the act. And there's a lot more behind why hookah was there than a lot of people think or know. I talk about hookah a lot on the show. Clearly, I'm a huge fan. They've been around for a long time. But the intro of the band by the festival promoters is going to really show you how much this crowd just loves the music and the band and what they do. And it's not just about the music or the band, it's about what the music and the band does. They bring people together, and through that music have somehow formed these tight friend groups. Even if you're not friends with the band, like, you formed friends around this music. And that is what I think the real value of Ekoostik Hookah, at least for me, is that the people that surround the band that you become connected to and that you form relationships with. This was Jay's dream. So Jason Andrew DeSpain passed away July 1st, 2024. Jay owned the property, cared for the land, and I never met him, but he definitely was a connector of people. You know, if you hear people talk about this guy, he was kind of the epicenter of a lot of things. And it was his dream to have hookah play at Lazy Acres. And so I'm super excited that OJ and his team made that dream come true, not only for him, but for everybody who surrounded him. It was really a very special performance with fireworks at the set break, which was awesome.
We are so blessed to finally witness this moment with the band that brought us together and continues to keep us together, playing right here on this stage. Even though Jay isn't here physically, we know he's partying harder than ever tonight. He is encompassing himself a little in all of us. What once was a dream amongst friends has come full circle to share with so many other people. Thank you, Lisa, for being the veins surrounding the heart of Lazy Jam, carrying us all where we need to go. Happy birthday, my dear friend. Here's to many more years of doing exactly this together on your birthday. May time bring comfort and chaos with a whisper or a spin. P.S. Thanks for the amazing clean poopers for the weekend. Everybody has raved about the bathrooms, and we love you so much. So, OJ, you want to introduce hookah? Thank you, everyone that participated. I have over 150 notes in this box that are so heartfelt for you.
Well, there's no way I can top that. All I can tell you is this band here has changed my life in more ways than anybody in the world except for that woman right there. So I will bring to you my favorite and your favorite Ekoostik Hookah!
But neighbors, that is all we have for this week. I do want to give a couple more special shout outs. So my buddy, 11-year-old Ryan McLaughlin, stepped in to not only learn how to operate a switcher, but then be able to pick it up so quick that by halfway through night one, night two, I let him switch on his own, which freed me up to go take some pictures of the bands. I'll put those up pretty soon too. But I was blown away at how quickly Rylan picked this stuff up. It's not surprising. YouTube generation, they kind of get technology and multitasking and whatnot. But this kid's got some talent, and hats off to his mom and dad, Ed and Lacey, for letting him come up and you know, learn how to run a switcher and play with video cameras. It was pretty cool. I also want to give a shout out to Laura Miller, another hookah head friend of mine, who really led the charge on the comments on YouTube and Facebook during the live stream, got people talking and made sure that, you know, everybody knew what was going on. Did that just on her own, jumped in and volunteered. So hats off to Laura for doing that. I also want to give a shout out to OJ Wilson, John Yates, Vicky DeSpain, who's Jay's mom, and everybody else involved with planning Lazy Jam 7 and really building the festival to what it is today, because it's a very good thing, right? Like, it's one of my favorite festivals to go to. So hats to you guys. And I also want to give a shout out to my entire Van Wert crew from Van Wert, Ohio. They kind of adopted me into their family, which feels really good. And I always love seeing those guys and getting to spend time with them. And then finally, who knew that my German Shepherd was a fucking festival dog? Angus the festival dog was a hit all weekend. I decided, for a lot of different reasons, I travel a lot now, and I miss my dog when I go. So I figured, well, I'll give it a try. Lazy Jam is the one to take him to because it's smaller and I know people are friendly. And we got there and he took to it immediately. And by the end of the weekend, he was everybody's friend and he had lots of treats and people were playing Frisbee and tug with him. Eventually he jumped in, took a swim in the lake. So I now have a festival dog, and that makes me very, very happy. We are going to bring you a lot more live streams going forward. And again, to find out about those, visit musicfestivalspodcast.com and subscribe to the neighborhood newsletter. The next one coming up is this weekend, coming from the Poe Road Music Sanctuary in Grand Rapids, Ohio, and not Grand Rapids, Michigan, Grand Rapids, Ohio. But we're going to be live streaming that festival. It's the Poe Road Music Sanctuary Sacred Harvest Festival. So look that up on Facebook and look for all the links to come out when that stream is live. There's a lot of bands playing. It's going to be a big weekend. It's a great stage and a really cool venue. I'm super excited about it. But make sure to also sign up for that newsletter so you can get the rest of the live stream announcements. There's more coming up. News and updates on festivals, more offers and information from our brand partners. And again, a shout out to Eventeny. And also go ahead and check out D-Law Coffee's newest product, which is Sam's Upright. If you know the band, that's kind of a cool brand, right? But I'm super excited. I just ordered some today and it's going to be on the way. But there's also going to be stuff like that, special features on festivals, more documentaries, and even some hopefully soon private music festival podcast subscriber events at a festival near you. I also want to give a shout to our affiliate partners, Custom Made Casino, Outdoorsy.com, Inakim Electric Scooters, Melted Mind Designs, Cast Magic CapCut Opus Clip, and Hoem with the Hoem iSteady M7 phone gimbal, a great little piece to help you shoot festival footage when you go to these things. Next week, I'm going to be recapping the Poe Road Music Sanctuary Festival, the Second Harvest Festival. And so you can tune in for that. That stream is going to be available on the website, the YouTube channel, the Facebook page, as well as hopefully the Sacred Harvest Facebook page and the Poe Road Sanctuary page. So give a look for the stream and then give a look next Friday for the recap of that festival. Hopefully I'll have a little time to actually get some interviews because there's some really cool people there. I'd love to talk to Wayne. Wayne, if you're listening, I want to do an interview with you, buddy. But shouts off to Wayne Barger, for the venue owner, and promoter Andrew Michael for allowing us to come in and do that stream, and also for building a really cool venue with some really cool festivals. I love it. There is no couch tour that will ever come close to actually being there. So if you like what you see when you're watching the stream or you watch the recap, think about going to Sacred Harvest next year. I know it's going to be a banger. And they also have Wayne Stock coming up, not the Wayne Stock, the big Wayne Stock, but the Grand Rapids Wayne Stock at Poe Road, which also looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. If you're listening to the audio podcast, thank you. Please rate us on wherever you're listening, whether that's Spotify or Apple, and then head right on over to the YouTube channel and subscribe for that so you can get all the cool stuff that I just talked about. You can find me on Instagram at NeighborNateFests8 or at Nate Riggs. Either one is fine. But as always, I am Neighbor Nate, and I hope to be your neighbor at a festival very soon. Maybe it'll be this weekend at Poe Road Music Sanctuary for the Sacred Harvest Festival.